Congratulations, we have taken the next step in accepting an offer for the sale of your home. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how many more times people, inspectors, appraisers are going to be walking through your home, and as far as you're concerned, how many more times you're going to be inconvenienced during this sale process. So we've got a standard 4 more inconveniences, potentially more. I'm going to go over those now. First is the home inspection. Second is the termite inspection or the pest inspection. Third is the appraisal. And fourth is the final walkthrough. I'm going to talk to you about how long they typically last and who's going to be present for each of these inspections. Starting off with number 1, the home inspection. The people present for this home inspection is the buyer's realtor, and the home inspector. I am not present. You as the seller are not present for this inspection. Now, depending on the size of your home and whether or not the inspector shows up with himself or with another inspector, this inspection could take between an hour and a half to 3 hours. For this inspection, have the home ready, cleaned up, lights on, as if you're showing it to a buyer before we accepted an offer. Next up, we have the pest inspection, the termite inspection, sometimes it's called. This is going to be about a 20-minute inspection. The people present for this inspection is yourself and the termite inspector. That's it. The buyers will not be present, the buyer's realtor will not be present, and I will not be present for this inspection. If you're unable to be there at your property for this termite inspection, then the termite inspector will self-access through the lockbox. The inspector will spend about 10 minutes outside and 10 minutes inside the home. Inside the home, he's really just going straight up to the attic. So he'll find the access port, he'll bring a little ladder and hop up in the attic. If you have a crawl space or a basement, he'll head to the crawl space or basement to finish his inspections or investigations. Next up, we have the appraisal. Now, the appraisal is between 15 and 30 minutes long, depending on how long the appraiser takes measuring the floor plan, basically. So the people present for this appraisal is going to be myself and the appraiser. The buyer will not be present, the buyer's agent will not be present, and you as a seller will not be present. Occasionally, I ask you as a seller to be present for an appraisal, but that's only in the event that you have a custom home or a home that's highly upgraded, where we want to introduce some of these upgrades in detail to the appraiser. But for the most part, it's just going to be myself and the appraiser, and it'll be about a 30-minute inspection. Now, lastly, we have the final walkthrough. The final walkthrough occurs between 5 to 1 day before our closing day. So it's towards the end of the escrow process. Now, this final walkthrough is the buyer's last chance to see the house before they take ownership of it. So the people present for this final walkthrough is going to be the buyers and the buyer's realtor. I will not be present and you will not be present. I always remind my sellers that for the final walkthrough, it's completely okay that your house is probably a complete mess with boxes everywhere and halfway or most of the way through packing. We all understand. Don't feel like you need to clean up the house for this final walkthrough like you need to for the home inspection and the appraisal. So my last point is that depending on the findings of your home inspection, there may be additional inspections as a result of that home inspection. For example, let's say the home inspector finds a leaky faucet or a potential plumbing issue in the home. Well, the buyer or the home inspector will then send out a plumber to specifically investigate that finding. That's going to be another time you're inconvenienced, but in those situations, it's typically just the plumber going to the property. Typically only spends about 15 minutes there. Another common example is that the home inspector finds a lot of broken, missing, or displaced roof tiles, sends a roof specialist out there to hop up on the roof and investigate further. So again, in those situations, you're not inconvenienced very much because you don't need to clean up the home because the buyer will not be there. But I like to give my sellers a heads up because sometimes it is more than just these 4 inconveniences, depending on the findings of the home inspection. In summary, I hope this gives you an idea of what to expect. As always, I'm a call away. Let me know how I can help or we can talk further about this.